by but we got replaced by a 7-year-old boy, I think, is what happened. It was called Fridays.
That's got to suck when you're replaced by a 7-year-old.
I
wow.
know. I could have beaten him up, too.
Wow.
No, it made sense. It was, it ran its course. We introduced all the shows on Friday nights. I loved
Did you do the voices for them?
No, you know what?
They weren't allowed
contractually probably, but I don't even think they knew that I did voices at that. I had already done Pokemon, but I was hired strictly as like an on-camera host, and it was a totally separate job from my voiceover work.
Wow.
Which was kind of cool to be able to do such separate things. But I would be at the Cartoon Network studios and secretly, everyone's dream is usually to be on camera, and I would secretly be like, let me do a cartoon, please. And it was just very separate.
Well, voiceover work has longevity. And I'm
persistence, longevity.
Right. Give me some voices that you've done. Let's do some.
Let's start with Pokemon.
Okay.
Because that's what the people like.
Okay.
And so I could do a little bit of my spiel. So I can go down the row of the different Pokemon characters.
Okay.
So Bulbasaur.
Oddish, Oddish, Clefairy, Daddy Urza, Daddy Urza.
That's a little taste.
That's pretty good.
So
That's good.
In a given day, I could get to do.
Be very proud of what you do too.
Thank you. It's very
very,
sweet.
very proud because
I just talk silly.
No, you don't. That's really good what you're doing. You're doing good. All right. Anything
I love
else?
my job.
What else we got in the pipe works? Anything we need to push?
Let's see what I'm allowed to talk about. Digimon Adventure Tri. I've been working on it. I get to play Kari in that. So we just finished recording the 6th installment of that.
Okay.
So hopefully that will be in theaters soon. Sailor Moon Supers. I got to play the evil Queen Body on.
Okay.
She's very mean.
So you're getting work like crazy.
Well,
this is
try
good.
to keep busy. I do a lot of audiobook work. You can always find me talking up a storm on those.
Okay.
I do a lot of radio imaging work, which I love.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to push? That's it?
Oh, my God. I don't
Tara Sands. If you want to find out anything more about her, it's simple and easy. Go to yournerdsite.com and go to the right. I've got it all right there on SoundCloud. You want to find out more about her? Tara Sands, at Tara Sands, her Twitter handle. All right, so the Avengers broke another record, and they're only what is it? I'm going to do 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Avengers End games.
Are you going opening night?
Probably not. I'm probably going to see it before then.
You can see it at the Alamo?
No, I'm going to go see it by myself.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah.
Are you going to see it with me?
Probably not.
Wow. Are you going to see it in those elongated chairs or 3D?
Probably not. I'm not a 3D person.
Sound effects? IMAX?
No.
Free tickets?
No.
Premieres?
No.
Nothing?
Premiere? Oh, yeah, probably premiere.
Yeah. Say, how are you going to see it?
Endgame broke some numbers with the best pre-sales title of all time.
Congratulations, Marvel.
All time. In fact, the Endgame broke Fandango's first-day ticket pre-sales recorded in just 6 hours, passing by Star Wars The Force Awakens, Star Wars The Last Jedi, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and Avengers Infinity War. Now, the blockbuster performed similarly on Atom tickets, becoming the best-selling one-day pre-sales title. Now, Atom's reporting that Endgame has broken another record for ticketing service. It's now the company's best-selling movie of all time. It only took Endgame 10 days to do this, which itself is a record. Aquaman was the previous record holder, and it took the film 32 days to do it. Wow. That's because of good word in the movie, and more people went. The Marvel blockbuster has broken several other records on Atom as well. Within the first hour of tickets go on sale, it sold 3 times the amount of first-hour tickets a sale of Endgame sold 3 times even more than Infinity War. So the list keeps... there are so many things it broke. It just keep breaking different numbers of what it did. And when you buy ticket sales, there's so many different ways you can go with it. Hey, it broke the number of ticket sales that were bought on a day that was prior to somebody that did it that was married to a cousin. So there's a lot of different ways. Do you understand? There's
no,
different
but
ways
don't you think that it's so well deserved? This is about 15 years of development of taking a risk, right? With Iron Man. Really was the Hulk first, but Hulk movies.
No, Iron Man was the first.
No.
Hulk came after.
No. I'm talking about the original Hulk.
Yeah, that was Sony Music. That was Universal Studios. That was Universal.
I understand,
but
Marvel had to release it.
No, they did not.
Marvel had to give them permission to release to do the story.
Well, the same thing with Spider-Man for Sony. Oh, you can do Spider-Man.
All right,
but the Marvel. But I'm just trying to explain because a lot of people know.
goodness. I'm human, people. I make mistakes.
Jon Favreau.
I didn't know that if you'd be a nerd, you'd be perfect.
Jon Favreau, I want you to reach out and touch me. No.
Reverse that. Isn't it for...
What is up with I'm having men touch me? No, Jon Favreau, you reach out and contact me.
Didn't someone just kiss you on the last episode?
That was... No, that wasn't...
Yes. Yeah. It was Buck Rogers.
No, Wonder Woman was last episode.
Oh,
Shannon was on last time. Gil Gerard was the previous one. Yeah, he did.
You wish Wonder Woman kissed you.
Anywho, Jon Favreau is the brainchild behind the whole thing. If it weren't for him making a joke of doing the Avengers Initiative at the end, now this had gone forward. He had.
Was it really a joke?
Yeah, he just put it in there as a special. They didn't know if they're going to do it, like doing the Avengers Initiative, and then it was so big, people wanted to see more. You remember when we saw it? And I was like, "What? That is awesome!"
So even with that stuff about S.H.I.E.L.D., you don't think it was all planned? I think they didn't have anything set in stone, but are like, if this works out, we're moving forward. I don't think it was a joke.
I am probably going to see Endgame. It's one of those movies that I'm going to see 3 times.
3?
Yeah, I'm going to have bladder problems. Big bladder problems. 3 hours.
Are you going to do a marathon before?
No. There's too many of them. No. I released, and there's 3 movies that I told you guys you have to watch to understand this. They said it'll help a lot. It is Avengers, the Civil War, yes, the Winter Soldier, and the Ant-Man 2 with the Quantum Realm.
You mean Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm so sorry.
Hey, but
those 3 are gonna.
Is there any comic books that they really need to read?
No.
Okay, that's good. So totally new storyline then, right? Totally different.
No, those are
Infinity Gauntlet story.
That's going to lead you into exactly what you need to do. Understand what about the Quantum Realm. You need to know the story set up between Tony. You need to know the Winter Soldier, and you got the Civil War. You need those 2.
Wouldn't it be cool, like if science teachers start using the movie?
They do. There's a few teachers I know.
Really? What's their name?
Masa. He works with me at the radio station, and he is a teacher, and he uses this stuff to teach people. Like, so if Captain America did this, and it was a true, something like that.
Well, let's dedicate the show to Masa then.
Well, Endgame is, he's a cool guy. You know what he did? He sent over, just so I'd know, he emailed me over. He goes, hey, the Star Wars Fan Fest is going in Chicago. You should really watch it. It's online to help you with that. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I had all the stuff, but that's a good guy right there.
Thank you, Masa.
So back to Avengers Endgame. It's playing for keeps. Not a surprise that people will be turning out in droves to see Endgame opening weekend. But the numbers look to be staggering. The film is tracking the potential opening domestic in the range of 230 million and 283 million, with worldwide projection as high as 80 million.
So this will be
I'm
Avatar.
sorry. Did you hear what I
mind.
said? I said 80 million. I apologize. 800 million.
So you think it's going to beat the billion mark?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Tracking can change the closer we get to the release date, but that's still an insane amount of money. I didn't buy pre-sale tickets. A lot of people do. I am one of those people that likes to go to one of those hole-in-the-wall movie theaters.
Well, your life changes all the time. You can have a headache. You're like, I feel like going.
So, because I'm probably going to go to one of my hole-in-the-wall theaters that nobody goes to.
Like the Empire on West Portal, where you catch the M and the L and the K2.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. Now it's going to be packed. God
They do need to kind of steam clean those little carpets.
You ever go to these? Here's what grinds my gears.
Someone like
Seriously,
me?
there are some movie theaters that the rugs, they just smell like dirty feet.
Oh, you know why? Because there's
popcorn?
rats over there that were eating the old style popcorn. I was at the Clay Theater on Fillmore, a very uppity place, and I was watching a movie. I'm like, is that a shadow of a rat on top of the railing? I'm like, oh my God, no.
Well,
clean your theaters. Throw away the old popcorn.
The stinky feet don't work too well. I just take off my shoes and my socks.
So you just fart. You don't
my feet cover up it. That's the best odor eater. All right, that does it for the show because we got to wrap it up. Next week's show's going to be good because I've got a VO actress, a voiceover actress. It's going to be on with us. She does the voices at Disneyland and Disney World rides. Her name is Kat Cressada. She's voiced also Jessie from Toy Story's very Disney project, serving as a voice double for Joan Cusack. Yeah. She's been on Dexter's Laboratory.
The resume is massive.
Oh, my God. She does movies, too. So I'm going to give you a few of what she does for Disneyland, Disney World. You're going to like this, all right? Haunted Mansion. We'll talk about what she does at the Haunted Mansion, but we're sitting there talking for a while. She's also done Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, Toy Story Midway Mania, and the Epcot character spot, and they're still calling her in to do more stuff. It's amazing. It is. Hey, enter to win those Disneyland tickets for Galaxy's Edge. It's simple and easy at Your Nerd Side. Also, follow us on social media at Your Nerd Side. I always say at Your Nerd Side, but I just tell you guys to get into the show and to find out all the latest happenings and everything. If you want to find the latest posts, where we're going to be, Comic-Cons, movie passes, anything like that, sign up for our mailing list. It's always on the website. You can't miss it. All right?
Yeah, and don't forget, at Your Nerd Site, also for our podcast, we've expanded, right? We're on TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, and Spotify. So put us on your devices, subscribe, and follow us. And also for you Game of Thrones fanatics, or maybe for you Game of Thrones folks that are like, everyone's talking about it in the break room. What's going on? Go to YouTube, put GOT, Final Crown. It's a really quick way of getting a summary of each season. So then you could be already like, okay, I totally get all this stuff now. So I would highly recommend versus you like have 3 nights of no sleep. Because you could go on HBO on demand.
You know, it could be an average person and just watch one episode a night when you have free time.
Yeah,
binge watching is not healthy for you.
No,
not.
You working 7 jobs is not healthy for you.
Yeah, but I get paid. Hey, we'll talk to you next week, and make sure to follow the show. We'll talk to you later.
And don't forget, be a superhero to yourself and the world.
Executive producer Brandon Rendazzo. Assistant producer Lisa Layson. Research, of course, AMV. Make sure to follow us on social media at Your Nerd Side. Follow us on all podcast forums at iTunes, Apple, Spotify, you name it, we've got it. I want to thank our sponsors, Kellogg's. More than 100 years, Kellogg's and their employees have worked to do what's right for the communities by creating great products. From cereal, food, you name it. You want to find out more about Kellogg's, go to kellogg's.com. Also brought to you by Disney. Disney.com, Disney World, Disneyland. The possibilities for Disney are unbelievable. To find out more, go to Disney.com to see what they have and what they can offer for you. Skechers, the shoes you need to wear. The shoes that are awesome. SkechersUSA.com. You want to check them out and see what kind of pairs of shoes they have and what styles they have to offer. Twizzlers, Twizzlers.com. The candy everyone loves. You go to the movies, Twizzlers are the best to eat, and they're easy to sneak in. Twizzlers.com. The candy you love. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to the show, and make sure to always follow us